News 46, local coverage you can count on.
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
International gold buyers are back at the Pahrump Nugget Convention Hall Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, with over $1 million in cash, not checks, to pay you on the spot for your unwanted or broken gold, silver, and platinum jewelry.
I walked out of fair with $1,700. I was so shocked, and he gave me a great deal. I love it.
Nobody pays higher rates than International Gold Buyers. Stop by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at the Pahrump Nugget Convention Hall. Be there.
Pahrump Nugget is excited to announce October's Pumpkin Patch Match promotions. Every Friday and Saturday, every 30 minutes from 5 to 8:30 p.m., one hot seat winner will win $100. At 9, one of those winners will play Pumpkin Patch Match for $10,000. Looking for the best place in town to watch Monday Night Football? Look no further. We've got all the NFL action you need. For only $10, you'll enjoy a complimentary buffet, 5 raffle tickets for great prizes, Coors and Coors Light on tap for only $1. Where the fun never stops, Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana. News is also brought to you by Barry Levinson and Associates, Pahrump's Bankruptcy Center. When it comes to important matters like bankruptcy, call an experienced, compassionate attorney. Call the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. Call 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Tire Works Total Car Care. Not your typical tire and service company. Guaranteed lowest prices on tires. Your one-stop shop for all automotive needs. Call 775-751-6100 or 702-365-TIRE. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Tonight on News 46, a fully engulfed structure lights up the sky Saturday night.
And a driver of a single vehicle accident flees the scene.
And sheriffs arrest 2 individuals for various charges stemming from a burglary. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, October 17th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Angelique Stefanelli for News 46. Topic on news tonight. 2 horses were rescued from a fully engulfed structure fire that occurred Saturday night on Vondell and Linda Street.
A fully engulfed structure fire lit the night sky Saturday night on Vondell Street and Linda near Iron. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene to find a 45-foot by 30-foot storage building fully engulfed in flames. 3 water tenders arrived on scene, one of them supplying a master stream to extinguish the blaze. Engine 4 also supplied by other water tenders, and 2 medics as well as the command vehicle arrived on scene. Nye County sheriffs evacuated a house north of the structure. The primary dwelling on this property was also threatened. 2 horses were said to have been stored inside this facility. They escaped uninjured. Buildings in the immediate area were threatened. The fire was contained to the area of origin with no further extensions. The fire is thought to be accidental in nature. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The driver and only occupant of a single vehicle accident Sunday morning fled the scene only to be apprehended by deputies a short time later.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Vondell and Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Vondell and Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
A single vehicle accident on Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Calvary Streets occurred on Sunday morning, directly across the street from where there was a rollover just a little bit over a week ago. It appears that the single vehicle had left the roadway, crashing through a fence and some bushes and into a tree as well. The driver and only occupant of the vehicle fled the scene, going eastbound through the desert. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene and were able to run the license plate, where they found that the registered owner of this vehicle lived on Casey Streets. Nye County Sheriff's deputies got a good description from a witness who saw the accident occur. They were able to locate the driver of this car, who had removed his shirt in order to conceal his identity. He was walking near Money and Man Street when deputies caught up with him. He appeared to be in great pain. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene and transported the man, who appears to be approximately 30 years old, to Desert View Hospital, complaining of shortness of breath. Deputies are investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Calvary for News 46.
Well, as you may have heard, 33-year-old Dan Wheldon was killed in a 15-car pileup at Las Vegas Motor Speedway yesterday in the Izod Indy Car Series season finale.
The crash started in front of Wheldon, the reigning Indianapolis 500 champion and the 2005 Series champion. His car launched off a car in front of him, flipped into the catch fence, and erupted into flames on lap 12. At one point during the crash, 3 cars were airborne and upside down. Wheldon was going for a $5 million bonus. After starting last, he had worked his way up to 24th place in the 34-car field. Wheldon was airlifted from the Las Vegas track at 1:19 p.m. and taken to University Medical Center, becoming the first IndyCar driver to die on the track since rookie Paul Dana was killed in practice on the morning of race day at Homestead Miami Speedway in 2006. Wheldon was from Emberton, England, and was competing only in his 3rd Indy race of the season. Wheldon was expected to replace Danica Patrick next season in the GoDaddy-sponsored car for Andretti Autosport. Patrick is moving to NASCAR full-time in 2012. Wheldon's family thanks everyone for their condolences, messages of sympathy and support at this very sad time, according to a statement released by his agency, GP Sports Management Limited. After announcing Wheldon's passing, IndyCar announced that the race would be halted and the drivers would participate in a 5-lap parade in tribute to Wheldon. Dario Franchetti, whose wife is actress Ashley Judd, is the season's champion. Wheldon was racing Sunday for team owner Sam Smith, whose own Indy driving career was cut short in a horrific crash that left him a quadriplegic. During earlier practice runs, some drivers had expressed concern about the track at speeds approaching 225 miles per hour. On a high-bank speedway, they're able to go flat. That means flat to the floor with the accelerator, and by doing that, there was no separation of the field. So you had a pack of 34 cars all racing in one large group with no separation for the good cars to get away from the slower cars. And considering these cars were going over 222 miles an hour, that basically gives these drivers hardly any time to react when other car crashes. Dan Wheldon leaves behind his wife Susie and 2 young sons. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, Express Fitness Gym and Quiznos closed their doors without explanation this weekend. The 2 businesses are reported to be related.
The managements from the 2 facilities are said to be married to each other. We have 2 telephone numbers available for questions about your contract at Express Fitness.
There has been many complaints about automatic withdrawals taken out of the client's bank accounts for this month for the fitness center, as well as the first and last month that was paid to the facility when entering into the fitness contract. News 46 has called the number and received a voicemail message.
Well, and as of right now, none of the phone calls have been returned, but you can contact Simon Harkins at 408-429-4022 and Kevin Lisi at 702-338-8170. We will keep you posted on any further developments.
All right, folks, and coming up, Nye County Sheriff's Office investigate a burglary.
And Dancing with the Stars at the Maverick was a charitable and financial success.
We'll have all this and more right after the break, so please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Their healthcare center is now open in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Deputies and detectives from the Nye County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of residential burglary during the late evening hours on October 7th in the central sector of Pahrump. A local resident arrived home at approximately 11 o'clock p.m. and discovered that someone had forcibly entered the home through a window and had stolen several items of the resident's personal property, including their debit cards. 2 suspects have been taken into custody.
The investigation subsequently identified 2 suspects responsible for this crime, Laxmi Braithwaite, age 35, and Ronaldo Ramirez, age 27, both of Pahrump. It was discovered that Braithwaite and Ramirez had also taken one of the victim's cars after burglarizing the house, after which they drove to a nearby ATM and tried to withdraw money from the victim's account using one of the stolen debit cards. The suspect eventually returned to the victim's house with the car but fled the scene on foot. Presumably, when one of the victims came home, the car was left behind in the driveway. When deputies and detectives located and questioned the suspects approximately 2 hours later, they admitted to the burglary and produced the stolen property from their possession. Braithwaite and Ramirez were arrested and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Detention Center on the following charges: conspiracy to commit a crime, home invasion, burglary, grand larceny, possession of a stolen property, possession of debit cards without the cardholder's consent, amongst other charges. They are being held in lieu of bail in the amount of $46,274 each. Anyone with information pertaining to this case is urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000.
Well, a 3-car pileup at Pahrump Valley Speedway Saturday night luckily resulted in no injury in the 80-lap bomber race. We spoke to owner Chad Broadhead prior to that accident.
The bomber race is one of our big feature races of the evening tonight. We've got an 80-lapper main event for the bombers, and it goes in 2 sections. You go 40 laps, and then the cars pull off the track to our staging area. They have 10 minutes for the driver to get out, relax for a minute, go to a little boys' room if he has to, and then they have time to fuel their car. That's the only thing they can do. Nobody else can touch the car. They can't check the oil, do any air pressure changes, and then they'll come out for an additional 40 laps.
I know that we have a tech area where these cars are checked beforehand and weighed and made sure that they fit all the specifications. So this is to ensure that they're still in the same condition as when they left the track.
Right. What we do, we have a set of rules that each class has to follow out here. We do have a tech. They have to go through tech before. We call it pre-tech. They check for their safety equipment mainly at pre-tech. And then usually the top 4 cars of each class will go through tech at the end of the race. And that's when we go through the rules a little bit heavier, look at their cars, make sure their engines are the right CCs, the right cubic inch, or they got the right amount of brakes, or the right tires, or roll cages, or so on. Yeah. And it's pretty intense inspection sometimes. Sometimes we actually even tear the cars down a little bit, see if they've been poured and polished, or see if anybody's doing any cheating. And so far our guys have been pretty good. We haven't caught anybody cheating, so it's keeping everybody honest.
Because for the layman, we use specific tires made for a dirt track here, and a lot of the drivers, do they fill up their tank all the way? Do they keep it light? And for a race like this, like 80 laps, what do they do with that?
Well, what they do usually, some of the drivers will keep a light tank. It depends on which classes, like the mini stocks or the mod minis, because they don't want all that extra weight in their car. Some of the drivers, like the modifieds, they like a full tank because it helps them in their turns. Yeah. It helps them set up their car. Plus, they have to weight their car, so their fuel, they have to usually do it on a full tank.
Yeah. And those IMCAs tend to go around the corners and kind of fly. I've seen them up on 2 wheels before.
Yes, they actually do. There are a lot of the drivers that prefer getting their car up off the ground on their left front. Yeah. And it looks pretty awesome when they do that. That's what makes it exciting. I think that's what the crowd likes.
It's an exciting race. And I see the crowd is doing really well out there tonight. Really exciting race. I know that we're at the break for the Bombers right now. They'll be coming out for the last 40. This is going to be an exciting time. Tell everybody about what's coming on next 2 weeks at the race.
Yeah, our next 2 races will be our last 2 races of the season. They'll both be in November. November 5th will be a 1 o'clock race, and so will the end of November will be a 1 o'clock race. So this is our last 7 o'clock, and what a beautiful night. It's nice and cool up here. It's not too cold, not too warm. There's no dust. The track is not throwing any dust at all tonight. It's just been an awesome track tonight for these drivers.
The track has been nice tonight as well. And so all the classes that we raced tonight?
We raced all of our class. We had mini stocks, coupes, bombers, street stocks. Most of our modifieds went to Mojave this weekend. They had a big money race up there, so they went up there. And then we have our pro stocks as well.
And that's the classes that we'll be having out in the next 2 weeks?
Correct, all them classes for the next 2 weeks, because we're coming right down the points championship. A couple of races are really close. One race can really make the difference between first, second, and third.
Definitely. And of course we have the award ceremonies as well. And as usual, more information on Pahrump Valley Speedway?
Yep, PahrumpValleySpeedway.com or PahrumpValleyBlogspot.com.
Well, a special piece of equipment is on loan for this month only at the Pahrump Community Library.
At the Pahrump Community Library, there's a machine here that may help you if you're having some vision impairment. And you can also purchase this unit at your own home. We're going to speak to Gina from Enhanced Vision.
The Merlin is a CCTV. This is my 24-inch electronic magnifier. It helps people with visual impairments be able to see books, pictures, be able to fill out a form, look at a newspaper. It is a magnifier that also has a change of contrast modes.
Why is this important? Because there's magnifiers out there and different kinds of glasses and everything. Why is this so different?
Well, this is what's called an electronic magnifier, and there's some individuals that have visual impairments where glasses and surgery has not helped. So what these devices are designed to do is beyond what an optical magnifier can do. An optical magnifier can generally magnify between 2 and 12 times, sometimes even 14 times. A digital magnifier, like the CCTV behind me, magnifies up to 85 times on an image, so you can get quite large. It also has a mode contrast, so it's going to change background coloring, and which it will enhance writing and again help.
And that's very important too as well, those contrast changes, because some people they don't see as well in just the black and white. You have the blue and white, or you can even change it over where the background is black and the writing is white.
That's correct.
And so we have it here at the community library for how long on loan?
It is here for 30 days. I was told by certain groups that are coming into Pahrump that there is a growing need of, with people with visual impairments, and they don't have the resources to help them. So I've done it on a placement here at the library, and I'm urging all of the Pahrump residents to come down and try the machine out, to see what they think of it. Let the library know, if this is a benefit to them. But I've come to find out, and just to let people know that there is 3 different organizations that's been making monthly trips to Pahrump. That is the Blind Connect, the Nevada Council for the Blind, and Easter Seals of Nevada that are doing support groups. So we're also going to have the library have all of those resources for people that are interested in joining one of those support groups, as well as being able to try out the equipment.
Wonderful. And people can buy these for their own homes if they really like this and they want to have it at their house. Tell how they can do that.
Absolutely. As the distributor here in Southern Nevada for Enhanced Vision, what I do is I will come out, if you call me, I come out and do an in-home demonstration where I will show you the product. I will pre-screen you on the phone to make sure my equipment is right for you, kind of evaluate what your needs are, and then I bring out equipment to you that I think will benefit you. If you choose to purchase the product, the setup and the training on the product is all included in the price of the product. There's no additional fees.
So how can people get in touch with you?
They could call me. My office phone number is 702-522-7739. I also have a website, and that's www.lasvegaslowvision.com.
And of course, come on down to the Pahrump Community Library on East Street to find out more about this machine and how you can get one. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
Dancing with the Stars brought in over $13,000 for the Nathan Adelson Hospice Building Fund. Sharon Kalin gives us the rundown on the popular event, Dancing with the Stars at the Maverick.
Well, here at the second annual Dancing with the Stars event at the Maverick, we caught up with Sharon Kalin.
The second annual Dancing with the Stars this time is about Nathan Adelson, Friends of Pahrump Valley Hospice. We are raising money for a building to be built on Blag. We're right by the hospital, and the land has been donated by Hollis Harris. There's a rendering of the building right on the property. We have to raise over $2,000 to build the building.
$2 million.
Thank you. $2 million. We have to raise $2 million. $2,000 would not do it. Sorry, we'd be done. So, and if your loved one has a problem when this building is built, then you just go right to Pahrump, right by the hospital, and you don't have to go so far. You don't have to be running back and forth into Vegas.
We've been having fundraisers for the last couple of years trying to get this building built. It's a wonderful thing that Hollis Harris donated this property right there on Wilson. It's going to be really convenient. How many beds are we talking about there?
To start out with, there will be 4 beds, and we know that the 4 beds is not going to be enough. So that's why I'm saying the $2 million, we're going to have to go over that.
Exactly, and this is so important for the purpose that we're going to have nursing care and we're going to have a hospital really in close proximity for the patients that are there. Hospice is so vital. Why?
Hospice is for people that are terminal. That is the difference between any of the health care services. They come into your home, you've got a nurse, you've got a doctor that monitor you weekly, daily. If you've got a problem, you call a number and they bring somebody right there. You have, everything's right there in your home. You don't have to go anywhere. And that's the most important part. They even bring, they have certified volunteers that will come in and read and help you with your loved one.
I know that this comes from your heart because of your dear husband, Forrest Kalin, who passed away. And hospice is something that you really feel is in a deep need in this community as well as this building.
Oh, yes. Of course, everyone knows he's with me all the time. He's here today. And, of course, this is the reason why I'm here, is we need the facility. It would be nice if we had the money by tomorrow. But I would sell my soul, actually, so it would be built, because we had to go into Vegas, and if I wanted to go somewhere, then he would have to go into Vegas and stay in that facility. It's a wonderful facility, doctors, nurses, and so on and so forth. But you still have to go into Las Vegas. So
people don't realize what the drive is like for a person who is very ill.
And actually, there's already a doctor and nurses that are just already set to be in the facility, besides the offices. And the offices here, they still have to pay for those offices. So once this is built, then no money comes out at all for the building.
So today's Dancing with the Stars event, we got all different types of people from all over the town at their dancing for this charity. This is wonderful. I know we got a huge list, and we have so many people to thank for this. But all these proceeds are going to this building fund.
Yes, all the proceeds are going to the building fund. The CEO will be here to explain how the money is handled. You always have to, if you want to donate anything to us, always put Pahrump Valley Building Fund.
Well, folks, we've had a bright and sunny weekend, and it looks like that's not going to change anytime soon. At least that's what I understand. But we'll check in with Zach Fuentes and have a look at our 7-day forecast right after the break.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Welcome back to News 46, everyone. I'm Zach Fuentes here with your weather. Today, Monday, we had some sunshine and a few patchy clouds out there. It wasn't anything big, just a few clouds out there if you could notice that. Our high was at 88 degrees and our winds did come out of the north-northeast at 6 miles per hour. The winds were gusting at 21 miles per hour and our pressure went down a little bit there at 30.16. The UV index is at 6, which is high, and our humidity was at 16%, kind of dry out there. Our sunrise was at 6:53 a.m. and our record for today was back in 1991 at 94 degrees. Tonight we're looking forward to some clear skies, a low of 65 degrees, and the winds once again to come out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour. The gusts are going to be at 6 miles per hour, and our humidity is going to be at 31%. The sunset is looking like it's going to be at 6:07 p.m., and our record for tonight was 38 degrees. Wow, that's cold, back in 1938. And tomorrow we're looking forward to some sunny skies, a high of 86 degrees, and our low is looking like it's going to be at 62 degrees. Our winds are going to come out of the east at 4 miles per hour, and our gusts are only going to be at 6 miles per hour. The UV index is also going to be at 6 high, and our sunrise is looking like it's going to be at 6:54 a.m. The humidity to go up a degree from today at 17%. And our 7-day forecast. Tuesday through Thursday, we're going to have sunny skies. Friday's going to break up the monotony a little bit with some clouds. And Saturday and Sunday, our weekend is going to be sunny as well as next Monday. Our highs are going from 80s, and Friday and Saturday, we're going to be in the 70s there a little bit. Sunday, we'll return back into the 80s again, with Monday being at 85. Our overnight lows are ranging from 60 tomorrow and going down into the 50s for the rest of the 7-day forecast. And today's worst weather was in Bear Lake, Michigan. That bear looks like it's having fun, where it was windy. Back to you.
Well, the Rotary Club is holding a $10,000 cash giveaway Saturday, October 22nd. Tickets are selling fast, so hurry and call. You can call us here at the station at 727-9400, extension 203, and ask for Vern.
And folks, don't forget to stop by our friends at Domino's and check in on what the KPVM special of the day is. And I think that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Angelique Stefanelli.
And from everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night, Pahrump.